Hey guys, Matthew here. So this is going to be basically the recap of day 4. I didn't do a recap of day 2 and I also didn't do a recap of day 3 because they were essentially the exact same thing as day 1 without the very beginning, with like the getting to legend farming quicksilvers. Day 2 and day 3 was literally all about very cheap uniques and fossils. I didn't really have the baseline currency to start jumping onto bigger ticket uniques or anything, so there's nothing much to talk about. Now, though, in day 4, we actually started doing flipping bigger uniques, 6 links, more expensive fossils, catalysts, and other things of that nature. Obviously, though, if you don't know exactly how and what we were flipping on the second day, the first day, the third day, or even today, the fourth day, you're welcome to go check the VODs on Twitch. That being said, the VODs are going to be deleted within 2 weeks because I'm only um, uh, affiliate, so my VODs only remain for 2 weeks. So if you want to check that out, now's the time. Otherwise, they will get deleted over time. Um, so today, as I said, we started flipping uniques and also mostly still fossils. We kind of stopped doing the cheap uniques, but I still do them when I see them. But most of the time, though, mostly focusing on bigger ticket uniques, more expensive fossils as well sometimes, and catalysts, and also the smaller fossils that are still working pretty well. So I know that I said I was going to take screenshots of every trade in the Reddit post, but in the end, with since I do this in the middle of my stream, or well, I'm streaming the whole thing. It's a lot to actually think about, so I end up always forgetting. If you want to see exactly every single trade, once again, check out the VOD. And if you want to see exactly how I set up every single filter for every single one of these uniques, you can also check out the VODs because everything was done on stream. I'm not using a single one of my own filters. Everything was done on stream. So you can literally copy paste anything you want. Um, so yeah, that being said, I did make a list by going through PoE.ninja of all the things we've been flipping, and for the most part, it's been like Astromentus, Efficient Training, the Baron. It's really hard to get these, but we did get like 2 or 3 so far. Chevron's Wrappings is pretty alright. The Pandemonius. This is kind of crashing right now, but it still works fine. Cosby's Malice had a little bit of a downfall, but working fine as well. Memory Vault, same situation. Higher, same situation. Combs Roots, really well rolled. 2 Socket Tomb Fists. Dream Fragments, that was more on the cheap side, like really early. Bailey the Beast, the Taming, Starforge, Call of Brotherhood, Daidan, also more like on the very, very early. Kikazaru, also very, very early flipping. Victoria's Influence, also very early. And Albron's Warpath, also very early. So we're flipping both good rolls and also six links. So for example, we got a Bailey the Beast that was really well rolled for 5x, sold for 6x. We got a really well rolled Starforge for 10x, sold for 12.8x or 11.8x within like 5 minutes. We could have gotten more for it though, but I wanted it to move quickly. So that's essentially the list of items. Again, if you want to see exactly the filters that I'm using, go ahead and check out the VOD. Just throw that up. Throw that up in like a ×2 speed or something. Well, good thing I'm not on D&D because I've been wanting to sell the shavs. Pretty good profit there. That's another one. Basically, bought this for 6x, selling it for 7x. It was already 6 linked. So that's the kind of thing that we've been flipping. A little bit more expensive stuff since, you know, we have a little bit more currency to play with now. So I did the count for all the currency we have in this tab, whatever, and it comes up to be about 70 exalts, and the slash played is 1 day 11 hours, 1 day 12 hours, so 36 hours for 70 exalts. So essentially about a 2 exalt per hour, which is honestly not very good, to be completely honest. But the thing to consider is that the API has been absolutely awful. The API has been super bad. Our downtime on this 36 hours is probably over 6 hours just sitting there waiting. Simply because the API isn't letting us live search anything. WebSockets are disconnecting. WebSockets are failing. Items have already been sold ages ago. probably more than 6 hours, to be honest. Like, a huge shout out to everybody who's been watching the stream, despite all that. You know, you guys are fucking warriors, and I appreciate all of you. Because seriously, um, it's been kind of resident sleeper when the WebSockets are literally dying every 20 minutes. Still, though, uh, as you can see, it's still working fairly well. We're still up to 70x on day 4. I expect this challenge to be basically done probably tomorrow, depending how the stream goes. The end goal is, as already stated, I believe, a headhunter. So we're going for a headhunter. There was also the possibility of a mare, but with how trading is going right now, I really don't want to push it to a mare. I want to go back to flipping on my actual account because it's a lot more fun and I can make way more currency, to be completely honest. Another thing that I guess I forgot to mention is also catalysts. Catalysts have shown to be pretty damn good. All the catalysts, according to my chat, I've mostly focused on the fertile and the intrinsic. I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce that, but intrinsic or something. Those have been working fairly well, but according to my chat, literally every single catalyst has been very, very good to flip. So that's one thing to consider. There's not much else to say, honestly, if I don't want to repeat myself 8 billion times. Now, if you look at the list of uniques and you go ahead and look at PoE.ninja, let's go ahead and do that actually. PoE.ninja. And you go to the build section and you are to look at all these items that are being used by the majority of players, or well, by a certain percentage of players. You'll see that most of these are being used by a good percentage of players. And when I say good percentage, that's literally 1%. If there's at least 1% players using a certain item, it's a very good item to flip, and there's going to be a lot of demand for it. 1% is a lot, even if it doesn't sound like it. And some of them, it's even like way more. So, for example, a Baron, there's 14% players using it. So, obviously, lots of potential there. So, it kind of just goes with everything I've been saying forever, pretty much. Flip for what is meta. And also, yeah, catalysts and fossils have been shown to be pretty damn good. Also, I guess one last thing I can talk about is the fact that selling fossils in Exalts tends to be not necessarily better in terms of currency generation, but it does tend to be better in terms of how fast you're actually able to sell them. So, for example, this sale here, 26 for an Exalt. I might have gotten more currency if I was to actually sell them all individually for like 5.5C or whatever. But selling them for Exalts, for the most part, allows me to unload more of them at a time and also sell them quicker. So, for example, earlier I had, I think, over 120 denses or something, and they were just not selling. And in one single trade, I got rid of literally all of them. One person bought them, like, I think for 5 Exalts or something, for literally everything I had. So, obviously, there's a very good currency to be made on those fossils. Now, before I go, a little bit of a quicker one, this one, but I do want to say a huge thank you to my patrons, my boys, Drool, Caleb, Christian, Fix, Enumag, Kai, Kara, Fungal, SDiablo, Shane, Synsis, Tim, Medusa, and a special shout out to Kasticus, MrCoffee, Emil, the real life Delver, General XDC, which is making a comeback. Good to have you back, General. Super J, KFish, kURTIS, and Neko. You guys are all freaking awesome. You're making this literally this dream a reality, so I can't thank you guys enough. If you want to support me directly, you can check out my Patreon. That's also where you have access to all my cool pay-to-win stuff, my database, etc., etc. Be sure to be careful when you're reading through it, though. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be Matthew signing out. Hopefully we'll be done with this challenge tomorrow. And to be honest, it's the same thing that I've been preaching for a very long time. It's according to flipping for what is meta. Again, though, if you want to see exactly the roles required for each of these items to be worth flipping and stuff, check out the VODs. I did all the filters on stream. I showed how to take care of maximum prices. I showed how to take care of each roles, how to find what roles are good on each and every one of these items. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a little something. That's going to be Matthew signing out. Until next one. Peace.